So this is part 2 of lesson 29, session 3. And so we're at the point we've just written out all of our values that we need to compare. Now I'm gonna draw, we have a half gallon, 1 1/4 gallon, and 3 quarts. So I just wanna draw a visual really quickly that 1 gallon is the same as 4 quarts. So I have 1 quart, 2 quarts, 3 quarts, 4 quarts in 1 gallon. So when we talk about a half of a gallon, we're really talking about this amount that is half of the value of the gallon, which is 2 quarts. So I'm going to go ahead and give, right now we're trying to come up with all of this value in quarts. This is the original. We're going to do quarts and then we're going to do cups at the end. So it's kind of like a graph. I should have, or a table rather, I should have put that in there to help us in the beginning. Okay, quarts, cups, and we have gallons. So a half of a gallon is 2 quarts, and we know that each quart is 4 cups. So we can do the equation, the number of quarts, which is 2 times 4, will give us the number of cups, which is 8 in this situation. Now for our next one, we have 1 whole gallon, which we know is the 4 quarts plus a quarter, which the quarter would be represented by this 1 quart. So we know that 1 1/4 gallons is really 5 quarts. Now converting quarts to cups, again, we are gonna use the 5 times 4 to get the number of cups, and 5 times 4 is 20, so we're at 20 cups there. And 3 quarts, well, this is a quarts column, so it still stays as a 3. And then we do the 3 times the 4 cups to give us 12. So now we have in this column our answer to the entire both questions. It says, how many quarts of punch does Joanne have in all? Well, we have to add these totals in order to give us the amount of quarts. So we have 2 plus 5 plus 3. So 2 and 5 is 7, and 3 more is 10. So we have 10 quarts. And then in cups we have, I'm gonna do it, 8 and 12, I know is 20, plus another 20 is 40, which is 40 quarts, I'm sorry, 40 cups. And does that make sense? So when you're looking at your answer, is 10 quarts 40 cups? Well, if you go back to the equation, the number of quarts times 4, so is 10 times 4 40? And our answer is yes, therefore we know that this answer is accurate as well. And moving on to number 8. This problem says Matt has 4 3/4 cups of milk. He drinks 10 fluid ounces of the milk. How many fluid ounces of milk does he have left? Show your work. So for each 1 cup, we know that it is 8 fluid ounces. So our equation here would be the number of cups we are given times 8 will convert to the number of fluid ounces. That's OZ for ounces. So and we know that we have to know, this is a subtraction problem because it's what we have left. We start with 4 1/3, and then we're gonna be taking away the 10 fluid ounces. And the question wants to know in fluid ounces, so we have to convert the cups to ounces. So we have 4 3/4 cups, and then we have 10 ounces. That is OZ, is usually the that abbreviation for ounces. And I'm gonna go ahead and just put OZ up here because I'm gonna convert. Again, this would essentially be a little table. And I know that I will be subtracting whatever the value of this bottom number is from the top. So 1 cup is 8 ounces. Now one way you could think of this is you could add 4 groups of 8, or you can multiply out. So I have the 4, so I will do 4 times 8, and that gets me 32 ounces, plus the 3/4. So, and like we did above, I'm gonna go ahead and draw what that might look like. So I know that 1 cup is 8 ounces. So what that's gonna look like right here is I'm gonna divide this into 8s, essentially. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're gonna assume that these are all the same. Now, where I get 3/4, I have to look at this and figure out how many pairs I have in the 8s. And what I do is I can see right here that I have 2, 4, 6, 8. So now I have 4 groups of 2 ounces in each. Remember, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for my 8 ounces. So when we're talking about 3/4, this is 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. So 3/4 of 1 cup would give me 6 ounces. So we're gonna do 32 plus the 6 ounces, and that is 38. And then we're gonna add the 10 ounces that is already in the right unit for us. So our answer would be, it says how many fluid ounces of milk does he have left? Well, then we have to do the 38, subtract the 10 ounces that he drank, and that gives us 28 ounces left. And moving on to our final example, number 9. This problem says, Carlos makes 3 liters of horchata. His sister drinks 300 milliliters, and his brother drinks 550 milliliters. How many milliliters of horchata does Carlos have left? Show your work. So our original is 3 liters, 300 milliliters, and 550 milliliters. And we're going to convert them all to milliliters. And we understand that he has the 3 liters and we're taking away what has been drunk. So the 3 liters, the value of that in milliliters is 3,000 because it's the number of liters times 1,000. And then we're going to subtract out. So there's 2 different ways you can do this. You can add these 2 together and subtract the total from the amount, or you can subtract them out one at a time. I like to just subtract once. That way I know I'm borrowing correctly and I'm not subtracting multiple times. So these 2 added together is going to give me 850. So I'm going to subtract out 850 from the 3,000. 3, 2, 10, 9, 10. So this is 0. 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 8 is 1. 2 minus 0 is 2. So overall, what I have left is 2,150 milliliters. And these 2 lessons will assist you in being able to do lesson 29, session 3